G'day fellas, welcome back to a casted game between Ray, who's playing on the Haudenosaunee, spawning in the west of the map. His opponent, playing the Ethiopians in the east of the map, is the one and only SimCity 2000. Hey, an absolutely amazing game. I'm not sure if you guys know SimCity 2000 as well as I do. I played a lot of it when I was younger, so curious to see how well SimCity 2000 goes with his base building. Oh, that was pretty good, Drongo, that was pretty good. SimCity 2000 heading up towards the north of the map. Going to be picking up a 75 wood treasure. Now, the reason why this game has been posted now, I picked this one off ESOC. This game has been highlighted because there was actually a bug that occurred in this game. So we're going to be looking forward to that bug a little bit later. Until we get to that bug, though, we'll be talking about this game and the way that it unfolds. Because one of the things that we're seeing more and more Ethiopian players do is go towards this sort of like gameplay, or not gameplay, but fast industrial, essentially. There's one Ethiopian card that is really, really strong. It's called Era of Chaos. And basically what it allows the Ethiopian player to do is, well, they can control the enemy army with it and force them to attack the enemy army with the enemy army. And it works on cannons, it works on cavalry, it works on infantry, it works on mortars, it works on everything, including explorers. And that's where the problem is. So we'll talk more about that. We'll talk more about exactly why that's, why it's not the best. But one of the things to note about how beautiful this map is, this is the map Korea, for anybody wondering, is you can see that beautiful trail. Look at that. Do you see that trail right there? As the explorer runs through, you're going to see the grass. So let's see how long it takes SimCity 2000 to pick up that their explorer is idle. We're waiting. We're waiting, SimCity. Come on. There we go. And look at the trail that the explorer leaves in the grass behind. Can you see that? Isn't that just absolutely perfect? Oh, I love the way that that looks. And look at the grass, like the way that it follows behind. Oh, it just looks magical, doesn't it? SimCity 2000, going to be coming down towards this treasure. 75 coin, picking it up. Pretty decent treasure. On the other side, we've got Ray, who is down towards the south. Playing as the Haudenosaunee, obviously. So going for that dock opening that we all too commonly see. Going to be picking up a lot of villages in the first age. So that's four fishing boats, and looking like they're going for a fifth one. This is what we would call over chopping right now. So typically, the maximum fishing boats that you'd want to go for as the Haudenosaunee in the first stage, even with a big wood treasure, is 4. Any more than that, and you're going to be up a little bit late. So let's take a look and see exactly how long it takes Ray to get up to the next age. I'd be curious to see. Definitely stopped chopping now, so going to have 5 fishing boats in total out here. But now going to be going up. Let's take a look. Age up gets in queue. Yeah, you can see just how late this age up is. This is a very, very late age up. 317. Ideally, you want to be looking to age about 302, 303. That should be about it. Going up with the Wise Woman as well. This is going to be a very, very late age up from Ray. We'll take a look over at SimCity 2000, see how they're doing. Ooh, look how quick they're up. So going for that 1010, very optimal play style. Going to be dropping a trading post down in the transition. Doesn't look like we've got a house going down. This is a granary that's going down just yet. We'll take a look at the villager gather rate. Gather rate looks to be like it's upgraded. I don't think this villager is within the zone of influence. It's not in the zone of influence. But we'll take a look at the decks. So this deck name is called Lame. I'm glad that SimCity 2000 knows exactly what they're up to. That is indeed Lame. So one of the things to note about this deck is we do indeed have that Era of Chaos card, so we'll be looking forward to seeing that later on in the game. And we've got the Big Benny in there, which is obviously important. Big Benny into 700 influence is going to be the build order that SimCity 2000 is going for here. Also dropping down a forward war camp against the Haudenosaunee as well, so a little bit dangerous. But obviously realizing that the Haudenosaunee player isn't up yet, there's not going to be any real risk of units coming out and potentially burning down your war camp, even if it is relatively forward. Now moving towards the north of the map, we see Ray going up here, potentially hunting for some treasures. We'll take off the fog of war. We'll take it and we'll ride with SimCity 2000 just for a little bit, see what they're up to. Sending in that Big Benny now. Big Benny coming in, having to do a bit of a walk around there, Big Benny. Oh no, that's terrible when that happens. So first one, Big Benny going in for wood. This is the most common thing that we do see from those Ethiopian players, and plenty of Abuns already out. So going up with the Habesha for the Ethiopians, probably the most common, the most standard opening that players have got, and now sending through 700 influence tokens. Catching the Explorer here. This is a pretty big catch as well. This early in the game, getting the Explorer for the Haudenosaunee is a really, really big catch. 100 XP going over here this way to the Ethiopians. So extra nice. Now, obviously doing a lot of damage as well in the process, taking out most of the HP of this Gascania. A couple of them still damaged. But overall, pretty decent trade. I think I'd take that trade any day of the week. Getting that Haudenosaunee Explorer this early into the game is a really, really good feeling, because you're not going to have to worry about him. If he wants to get that Explorer back, he's going to have to build a community plaza. He is going to have to get, start dancing to get that back. 6 minutes on the dot now. We've still got the war hut going up for Ray. So Ray's in a difficult spot, but actually, I say that, Ray's actually doing a fast castle. A fast castle. Can you believe I just said a fast castle? He's doing a fast fortress, ladies and gentlemen. I've been watching a little bit too much Age of Empires 2. For anybody unfamiliar with Age of Empires 2 and the scene for Red Bull 5, or rather Red Bull Wallalol 5 is going on at the moment. It's actually the first day that it's been going on, and I watched the first match. It was Leary against who was it? Leary against Nikov this evening, and it was a great series. Now we've got some Gascanias going to be moving in. Explorer actually does get recalled. Doing that's a pretty early community plaza that got forced there by the house or by the Haudenosaunee player. But by the same token, I mean, look how much HP is on this Explorer. Like, how is this balanced? I guess he does have 9 villages over. Yeah, okay, he's fixed that up. 1250 HP on this Explorer at 7 minutes with a deadly crack shot. You can see the Explorer moving out, going to get this crack shot off. Takes out one. He's going to be able to potentially look at taking out a second one as well, but those Gascania moving in and just dealing so much damage. We see the first thing that Ray is going to be sending through as those Haudenosaunee is that all-important 1200 resource crate. It's going to allow him to sort of leverage all of those resources, but one of the things to note, there doesn't appear to be a corral down just yet. We do have forest prowlers coming out, and we've got 5 fishing boats out, and let's watch and see exactly what happens. Got a Gascania going down on the back line, and look at this Explorer. Just doing so much work. He's got longer range than these Gascanias, so there's really not a lot that our Ethiopian player can do against this. 3 forest prowlers coming out now, so a bit of a difficult spot. Not focusing down those coin like he should have been. Should have been trying to get a batch of 5 out, but he's going to be able to clean this up very effectively. So sure, you lose the dock, but what's the point in going for the dock? Because I mean, you got to think about it, right? You go for the dock. It's not like he's training any more fishing boats. He just gets 5 fishing boats out. He's happy. Now we've got a huge mass coming in. Oh, that is a large mass. Explorer gonna get focused down here. You see all the cannoneers on the back line doing their best to push in, try and take out that Explorer. Having a bit of a difficult time though. Explorer very, very slippery. Ray doing a great job of just making sure it gets away, and look at that beautiful line you see drawn on the ground like a snake. And now the crack shot going down takes out one Gascania. Going to be looking to do a fair bit of damage there to the cannoneers that stand by. But keep in mind, they do have that all-important range resist. It's going to be able to defend. And now, looking like he wants to commit here to this war hut. Now, keep in mind that in addition to that war hut, also 6 Kanya horsemen coming out. We take a look over at SimCity's perspective. Only got 8 Gascania. Needs to be careful here. 8 Gascania, probably going to be enough to deal with the Kanya horsemen. But the main problem he's going to have is that these guys are getting whittled down over time by the town center, by the Explorer, which gets taken down a second time in the game. So another 100 XP going over to SimCity 2000. And now those Gascania moving into melee combat. Going to be taking down that war hut. So going to be reducing the ability of the Haudenosaunee player to create any more units. And we can see he's got him in a bit of a difficult spot. He could commit here to age 2. But we see behind this, he is going up to age 3. Going to be going up with the Sudanese as well. So Sudanese, incredibly strong. One of the key things that the Sudanese do, obviously you've got the 12 Sudanese, but you can also then age up with the Sudanese, which is going to give you a 7 further Sudanese warriors or dervish. And then on top of that, you are then allied with them so that you can train more throughout the game. Really, really, incredibly helpful to have this. And now we actually see, going to be researching Kebra Nagast. This is going to reduce the age up time significantly. I think it works out to be about 50 seconds. So a pretty decent reduction. More Gascania now getting trained at the same time. So 10 Gascania now in total for SimCity. We'll take a look at the shipments that he's got available to him in the 3rd age. We've got the all-important 15 Sudanese allies. Now, keep in mind, okay, the Sudanese dervish, they have a unit, a count on them, a build limit, how many you can build. But the interesting thing is you can actually ignore it with a lot of the shipments. So we're going to fast forward the game right here, and when we fast forward, it doesn't look amazing. Didn't drop a single frame there. You take a look here, and you see they've got a 7 out of 15 build limit, but it gets ignored by these ones that are shipped from the home city. So you can even ship these ones right here, and you can get like a whole bunch of these dervish out, like crazy amounts of these dervish out. It is ridiculous. So we'll see if SimCity 2000 goes for that one. Over on the other side, we've got Ray, who's in a pretty good spot. 10 Forest Prowlers out. 10 Kanye Horsemen as well, so Kanye West looking his best. Third Silent One, the Explorer, is out. Doesn't look like he's taken off a crack shot just yet. Let's see if he gets down on his knee and takes the shot, though. We'll take a look and spot. There he goes. He's looking for it. He's hunting for it. We see that Explorer. Is he going to go for that crack shot? I'm watching with such intent. But doing a great job just microing with the Forest Prowlers. And now we see that Explorer coming up, looking to get the snare, but actually falling back, realizing there's probably too much of a bit of a gap right there. But SimCity 2000 in a pretty decent spot, I would say, at this point. You know, if you've only lost the Explorer and you've forced your opponent off the barracks, haven't lost anything yet. I don't know whether we've got the Elite upgrade just yet. We'll double check. Don't even have Elite Giscania yet, so he needs to focus on getting that one. Actually going to be going up to the 4th age already. So I mentioned earlier that the meta for Ethiopian players seems to be getting to 4th age as quickly as possible. We see some Chinese in the chat as well, and that is not standard Chinese. That's traditional. So we are one of the things that that we're seeing more and more in the meta, in my opinion, is more and more age 4 Ethiopian games. It's all about age 4. Once you get to age 4 as Ethiopia, you basically win the game. I don't think Ethiopia, if they go in like at a, let's say like on a 1-to-1 level with an opposing civilization, they will always win the game if both civs are in industrial. I just don't think there's a way they can lose it. And it's simply because their trades are so effective. And the reason why their trades are so effective is because they have Era of Chaos, which is going to enable them to constantly take good trades because they can force the enemy's armies to fight against their opponent. So we take a look over at Ray, and Ray is sending through Karayu pastoralism, or rather, that's SimCity, sorry. So SimCity going to be sending that in. Look at the massive dervish that are out right now. Huge amount of dervish, 27 plus 7 dervish right now. So 34 dervish in total. These guys are cheap, but incredibly strong. And now it looks like a little bit of a fight is going to be happening. But at the same time, we look at Ray. Scores are looking pretty decent at this point. My only real concern is Ray isn't really building up enough of a mass of musket riders, and that's really what I'd like to see. But I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because typically, you know, Ethiopian players aren't going to be going for cavalry. So it's like, do you really, really need it? Probably not. Like, this is more than enough to just force your opponent back if they did have any cavalry. So I think they're doing the right thing. I take it back. I think Ray's doing a great job. Keep doing what you're doing, Ray. I love your stuff. And but Ray looking pretty good though, massing up units. Going to be popped very, very shortly if they're not careful. And just being very careful to make sure they get off those shots. Still hasn't taken a shot yet with the Explorer. I would like to see that Explorer get down on a knee and then pull tricked back. So much HP on that Explorer, it's not going to be able to be taken down in a single shot. We take a look at SimCity. SimCity's on the way up now, getting that elite infantry upgrade and going up with the Jesuits. So upon aging up with the Jesuits, it's going to give a huge amount of XP, 1,000 XP. So just to give you an example or an idea of how much that is, 350 XP to the next shipment. Oh my lord, that was quick. Oh, they cancelled Kebra Nagast and then they saved it for age 4. That's what they did. Okay, that's what happened. And so now 1,000 XP is on the ground. 250 XP, and look, that's a third. So you're going to basically get 2 shipments out of this right now. That is massive, considering you literally just aged up to the 4th age. So you get 2 shipments immediately. 25 villages for SimCity. Probably got some Abuns in here as well. I can't see. Oh, we've got 5 Abuns back here. His opponent, 39 villages, so doing pretty darn well. The Ethiopian player is in a difficult spot. Going to be losing more villages down here to the south. He's in a tough spot, but we are in age 4 now. The Ethiopian player is happy. He is happy as Larry right now because he is sending in that all-important card. Now, keep in mind, when this card comes in, this card, it's my opinion, if you get this card in and you're able to stabilize, you basically just win the game. So we'll be taking a look at exactly how that card gets implemented. One of the things to note is that being in Age 4, SimCity 2000 has got cards that they can access, like 2 Sebastopol Mortars, 16 Gascania, 15 Shotel Warriors, but still they go for Era of Chaos first, even though their opponent is literally pushing into their base, they still go for Chaos first because that's how good it is. So let's take a look and spot exactly what happens. Era of Chaos about to come in. Explorer is now up for SimCity 2000. Let's see how he goes about hitting this fight. You can see that he's moving up towards the north. He's going to be able to lock that enemy's the opposing army in place. He really wants to focus down this Explorer because that's going to be the most important part. And now you can see that they're just standing there, and now they're fighting against each other, and they've been locked in. And this is the bug that we're talking about. Watch the XP go up. Look at the XP. The Explorer is fighting against his allies right now, and the opponent's army is just hitting the Explorer over and over and over again and getting 100 XP every single time. Look at the XP go insane! And Good Game just gets called like that. That is absolute insanity. So the Chaos, the Era of Chaos bug was on the Explorer, and because the Explorer can stay up for like a really long time, it just keeps like popping off. So my understanding is this bug is going to get fixed in the next patch. So by the time you see this, you're not going to be able to abuse this bug, but it is absolute insanity, game-breaking bug that you can see. The SimCity 2000 finishes the game with 9 shipments. Take a look at the XP graph. If we go down and look at the graph, XP total, look at this. This is Era of Chaos. Look at that. Look at that. Literally you double your experience within 2 seconds. Oh my, it is absolutely ridiculous. It is going to be fixed. If you're watching this back on YouTube, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is the first time we've really covered a bug like this on the channel. So if you have, make sure you leave a like. If you think I missed anything, leave a comment, and I will catch you guys in the next one.